Welcome to the Explainer. When we think of Southeast Asia, we usually picture beautiful beaches and amazing holidays, right? But today, we're going to focus on just one single surprising point. We are looking past those luxury resorts to see the real cost of living for the local people. It's a completely different picture from what most visitors see. Let's get right into it.
So here is a question a lot of visitors ask. Is life cheap in Southeast Asia? Well, tourists enjoy inexpensive street food and budget hotels, so they often think, wow, living here must be so easy and cheap for everyone. But actually, that's a bit of a myth. For local workers earning a local salary, life isn't cheap at all. In fact, just paying for everyday needs is a really big challenge.
Okay, let's dive into this. When you arrive at a big airport in a place like Indonesia, everything looks so modern and rich, right? Bright lights, beautiful designs, it really shows economic success on the outside. But the daily life of a normal worker is actually very different from those shiny airports. The outside looks rich, but inside, daily life is really hard. Local workers face high prices every single day, and their salaries just don't match up.
The main reality here is the high cost of living. For an average worker, basic needs take almost all their money. They have to pay for a small room, buy simple food, and pay for the bus or train to get to work every morning. And after paying for just those basic things to survive, their extra money drops to zero. Saving for the future or paying for a sudden emergency is basically impossible.
And this brilliantly illustrates the problem. Look at this huge number, 80%. Research shows that in the Philippines, up to 80% of a worker's pay goes just to food, rent, and light. To put that into perspective, imagine you earn $100 for your hard work, and $80 disappears instantly just so you can stay alive. You only have $20 left for the whole month. It's really hard to build a safe life with so little extra cash.
You can see this heavy burden all over the region. Look at Indonesia. In Jakarta, paying for rent alone can take 40 to 50% of a worker's monthly pay. That is half their money gone just for one room. And over in Vietnam, in cities like Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City, the cost of rent is going up very, very fast. The cities are growing for sure, but the cost to live in them is growing much faster.
So what does this all mean for families? Well, because almost all their money pays for rent and food, there is simply no money left for extra schooling or university. Parents everywhere want to send their kids to a good school. They know education is the key to a better future. But even if a student is super smart and works hard, the family wallet is completely empty. They just can't afford the school fees.
Because of this, young people often have to change their school plans. They stop going to school and start working early to help their family. Now, in some parts of the world, stopping school to work might seem like a really sad thing. But here, there is a big cultural difference. Society actually praises these young workers. People say, wow, you are such a good child for helping your parents. It is seen as a proud duty, not a tragedy.
So the crucial point is that young workers usually have to live with their parents. Moving out to a private apartment in the city is just too expensive. With zero extra money at the end of the month, staying in the family home is the only real choice. It's not just because they want to stay close to their family. It is a necessary plan to survive. By sharing the cost of rent and food, the whole family can make it through the month together.
To really understand this, let's compare two different places. In a wealthy country like Japan, falling away from a comfortable middle-class life and losing extra money feels like a huge shock. It is a new problem that causes a lot of stress. But in Southeast Asia, having absolutely no extra money is just normal life. It has always been the standard. There is no sudden shock, because this hard daily life is what they have always known.
And that leaves us with a really big question. If having no extra money is just considered normal, how will their future change? If workers cannot save money for emergencies and they cannot pay for university, what happens next? Will this cycle just continue forever? It is a serious question to think about, and it will definitely shape the future of Southeast Asia long after the tourists go home. Thanks for joining this explainer, and we will see you next time.